Doing something like I always do. And I'm sweating. Just crazy to me. Oof. I know sometimes she's been dancing. I'm looking for someone. Someone was like, Raven, why don't you never tell no one that you go live? So let me open this up here. I took a hot bath. You know, we love those hot baths, but you don't want to take it too hot because it's too hot, then it's oof, overwhelming. Hey, Nikki, what's up, boo? Today's conversation is about, I ain't feel like putting a bra on. I just leave the camera down low. I just took a bath. This is one thing I hate about these shirts. If you sweat, it comes straight through. So it's like, how are you? How's your weekend going so far? It's now what, 2:54 in the morning. Got the AC on, and I am probably gonna be cold soon because this AC can pump really hard and stuff, and that's a good thing, you know. So how's your weekend going? I kind of blocked everybody, so nobody can't really get in contact with me. Oh, that's tell you one thing, these summer colds is the worst. And it's so weird because it's like you get summer colds now, the first thing you're thinking is the coronavirus. This world always, you know, another thing I want to talk about is the fact that they have this people that are dying in the hospital and they're making sure that they'll go mainstream. Yeah, it's been hot up in us. Yeah, okay. That's the thing. Why is it that they're trying to make sure people don't find out about people dying and like any platform that you try to share, they block it? Like, are we not the same people or are we like working against each other? Like, what am I missing here? I just think it's so sad. You know, I posted about a guy basically saying that he was sick and he was like, pray for me. I got my second shot. I had my shot already and now I'm sick again. This coronavirus, he's in the hospital. I just don't understand why is this so important as a collective, as a unit, that I would think that we would be more unified. We're talking about the disease. It's not personal. It's not about race. It's about people dying. Like this must everything be about something that is not. And then they started blocking me sharing stuff because you know, and this man was up here.
Okay, TikTok. 3 hours later since my first post. As you guys know, I've got COVID for the second time. Been a year since I was diagnosed with it the first time.
And they blocked it. Never mind you. Here's another man.
Well, I don't like making videos, but I feel obligated on this one.
They expressing
My best
what
friend's daughter got the Pfizer shot. Well,
and the weird thing about it is even though I've got
I don't like making videos, but I feel obligated on this one. My best friend's daughter got the Pfizer shot.
and it's weird because they chopped it up. And I'm like, why are y'all doing this? Like, why is it that people are dying and people are leaving this world for taking a shot? And it's so important to not let people know. Like you would think that if a storm was coming, you would protect the people from the storm. It's not about race. Everything is not about race. These are real people. Anyway, let me see. Honestly, I've always go running, walking, everybody from Sandy. I used to have to put makeup on. Even now, I don't because I got laser, but it's for, yeah, this for you, Israel, amongst a lot of other things. I just don't understand. Like, why is everything, when people are dying, why is everything got to be about, excuse me, why don't we protect people? Like, why is it so important to protect people? I mean, why is it important not to protect? If people are willing to share their story, why is it that you make it about yourself? Why would you block this if people are sharing their stories like, yo, we need help. What's going on? I just don't get it. You're up late tonight. Okay, Devorah. You can say, yeah, it's something wrong with the shots. Yeah, I got vaccinated twice, but I just felt like I was just sleepy and cold. Right. And the thing about it is, I'm not saying don't take it. I mean, it's 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 whatever you feel is though. You know, if it works, if you like it, I love it. My thing is this is that I just think it's really important to not deceive the people. It's not about race, y'all. It's not about race. I know we always love to do the race card. It's not about race. These are real people with real issues, and people are dying. I was watching something else in reference to the nurse was stating that there are so many young patients in the hospital now dying. She said that there are so many, and what they do is they take the video down. They block us so nobody can see this video. So why is it that this is important? These are real people that are dying. And they're trying to get a message out there to say other people, and then they're blocking because they don't want people to get the message out. Like, what am I missing here? Can we not unify this one time together and then let people know we should maybe we should just wear masks, or maybe we should find another alternative? Why is it so important that we don't want people to know the truth? That's what's questioned. And why is it so mandatory when people are dying? And when people start dying, you know, they make sure you don't see that. It's like a building on fire, but I'm gonna let you believe that it's not on fire. Then when you go inside, the building collapse on top of you. Oh, we lost somebody else. Yeah, but y'all knew better before they went through the door. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, it is in my area. Black people are not putting a mask on. I'm walking in the store. Black women, black men, they walk around no masks on because I guess they got tired. They got tired of wearing it, so they're not wearing it. I'm like, well, you do you. I'm not going to judge you. If you don't want to wear the mask, the mask, don't wear it. Because at the end of the day, due to the fact that I and a whole bunch of other people that's sharing awareness to keep the mask on, you're going to be dead. God forbid. Because I don't want nobody to die. That's the last thing I want. But for some reason, people feel as though I just don't get it. It's like being underneath the water and then take the scuba dive, the thing off you breathe and throw it in the water. Now you way down beneath the sea, but you're like, I don't need this no more. And then you start drowning. You knew better. You was equipped, but then you decide, well, you got tired of it, and now you did. It's crazy how this world thinks. Uh, it is now 3:02 in the morning, and I'm up. I'm not getting it. So that's the thing about it, Nikki. And the thing about it is, my thing is, if so many people are dying, they're sharing with you. It's not about race. Oh, you're scaring the people. People are dying. You don't care about the people. Like you don't want to protect people. What about people's children? You know, you don't want to. You don't. Then again, I guess let me not ask the question when I already know the answer, because clearly they don't care. I kept wearing the mask before and after. That's the thing about it. Even though you got the shot, you still have to keep the mask on, which is crazy to me. To me, I feel like this: if I'm taking a shot, that mean I don't need the mask. But then they start stating that people who got the shot is sharing it to people who wasn't sick. It's like a setup. Like, when is enough's enough? When are we going to unify as a community, and I mean as a whole, and say this isn't right? This is not about race. This is about real people. This is about real children. Can you imagine? I don't want to go in. You know how I feel about little kids, so I don't even want to go down that avenue of little kids suffering because you felt as though you want to keep a secret. And I got my child vaccinated. Now my child is dying. And I said, look, baby, I think everybody who holds should hold responsibility for hiding information from the public. I feel as though a lot should be out there for hiding information from the public. I don't think it's fair. You can still get covered. Exactly, Devora. That's the thing about it. Hey, Hope, what's up, mama? It seems to me that they are walking, getting exactly. And it's so crazy to me because people believe in it. Even my best friend was like, "You need to go get the shot." I was like, "Oh no, when my best friend comes back, you get in contact with me." Because my best friend been clone. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I think this reminds me of the House for Wives. I think that's what it's called when the women went to this community. I think the Stepford Wives. What was it called? Let me see. It's called the Stepford Wives. That's what this is what it reminds me of. The Stepford Wives. Am I the only one who loves the Stepford Wives? What's the Stepford Wives? This right here. They all in this community got reprogrammed. They got reprogrammed to do a certain things. That's how I feel my best friend. They've been turned so funny. They've been turned. Look at that. I love this woman right here, Glenn Curls. But this is the thing about it, and it all got changed into what they wanted. Yeah, the Stepford Wives, and they went to this whole thing and they started cleansing them and stuff, and that's how I feel is happening to my friend. I was like, when my friend is released, I'll get a cut. I don't know you, sir. I don't know you. He was like, get back. So I said, no, no. It also reminded me of Poltergeist. Remember Carol Ann? Welcome to the light, Carol Ann. Walk, no, no, mm-mm. I see what's going on. I'm like a dog, honey. You know, if you wash your dog in the water, how you jump, child? No, mm-mm. I'm watching people walk around look like zombies around where I live. I'm watching people's skin is black and dark. I don't say nothing. I'm on my business. They was looking at me today when I went outside, but I stayed to myself though. But I'm a different breed. And even when I tell you this, like a lot of times, I realize when it comes to be, when you're a two-spirit woman and you've never been accepted by society, you're not going to have the same issues as a cisgender man who all the women love any transition and not nobody likes him. Because there's some people who transition that was like football players, basketball players. So there was alpha male. And then there was the ones like me who never been accepted. Like I don't know what it's like to be loved I do know what it's like to be hated. I do know what it's like to be picked on. I definitely know what it's like to be jumped. I definitely know what it's like to be tricked. So those things are not uncommon to me as a kid to an adult. But for the guy who always had passability, everybody loved him, everybody liked him, and I'm not saying all people, he's scared to leave out the house because basically he may be not given the presentation of female the way he thinks female should look. And also it's a whole unfamiliar area to being accepted, loved, and worshiped to being made fun of, ridiculed, and judged. Now I had a friend of mine, it's not funny. I had a friend of mine who transitioned, right? And he was more alpha male, but he transitioned. He was like, I always want to be a woman, da 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 da. Okay. So he transitioned. Um, and it's not funny, but he transitioned and stuff, and then people start making fun of him. Now, as a woman, you're supposed to just go, you know what? I guess you're supposed to read them. Baby, he used to beat the brakes off of them. He beat them so bad he had blood on his knuckles. I mean, well, he did transition now. But at the time, he had blood on his knuckles. He would beat the mess out of people. And I also know this one girl who transitioned. She was in New York. She was on the train and they were making fun of her. It was 4 people. She beat them so bad that she ended up getting locked up and they got let go. It's not funny. Who ever heard of a trans woman getting jumped by 4 people and she beat all 4 of them up? She beat all 4 of them up. She got locked up. I don't want to put her name out there because I know her personally, and she's thick. She's thick, thick. So I don't believe she. Well, I don't want to question someone's gender as far as transition, but to me, I thought she was more of a cross-dresser drag queen. But she said she was trans. So oh well, baby, she beat them so bad. She ended up beating them so bad. Then I heard of this one. Y'all ever heard this guy? Kevin Albion, doom da da, don't doom doom that. He got jumped in New York City by a bunch of guys too, but he was out there in the hills in a dress, and they beat him up. And they beat him up, but he wasn't trans, but he was, I guess, gender non-conforming, or I guess that's the new term we're using now, because we got so many terms under this umbrella. But he don't live 24/7. He flip-flops. He plays in girls' clothes, and he got beat up. He got beat up so bad. Excuse me. He got beat up so bad. They put him in the hospital. They almost killed him. She should have got locked up. She shouldn't have got locked up. But that's the thing about it, Devoda. This is the thing about it. They arrest you for not being murdered. That's what make it make sense. They arrest you for not being murdered. And that was my girl though. I got this stuff. I'm not gonna put her name up there, so but mother, I got receipts. I cover receipts, but I don't want to put it out there. But y'all ever heard of this girl named Candace Kane? She was on Candace Kane was on, she was like the first trans woman on TV. Let me see what I think she was on. I think she's with Alec Bowman. Let me just see. Okay. She's an actress. Candace Kane, American actress. She's 49 years. Oh, she was born in Hawaii. She was married to Marco. Candace Kane is also a twin, in case y'all don't know. Candace Kane and Laverne Cox, they both are twins. They're twins. Laverne Cox is a twin, and Candace Kane is a twin. In case y'all didn't know, you know now. Caitlyn Jenner wanted to date Candace Kane. But I know Candace Kane Mm. I think she was on the show called, let me see. This is Candace Kane. This is her right here. That's Caitlyn Jenner kissing her. I don't know what that's all about. That's none of my business. This is Candace Kane. Now, let me let you see Candace Kane twin. She was on, I guess it's Marco. Is that Rosie? Oh yeah, I think that was Rosie Bad Nubian. What was the show she was on? Let me see. She was on, I think it's she was the first to me, she was the first one that went prime time. Candace Kane. I'm trying to find out what show was, I think it's called The New Money or something. Movies and it's called, I forget what it is. Here it is. Candace Kane, Dragons, Side Chick, Trans Advocate for Olympic Transitioning. Dirty Sexy Money. That's what she was. She was on Dirty Sexy Money against William Baldwin. Yeah, I think it's William Baldwin. This is a beautiful family. My God. This man is so fun. It is crazy. But that's the Baldwins. This is Candace King. Go back. Anyway. Anyway, 36. Gotta click some of this stuff off. Okay. So that's Candace King. I met her. I met her years ago. When I tell y'all, let me tell you something about Candace. Y'all see how Candace look? Hey Anna, what's up though? Again, that's why I carry a knife, 9mm. I'm only she should have got locked. Do you think it's would be hard for trans women to work with the public and girls? They're already doing it, Joni. They're already in the stores. Some girls could do it because they've been in. I think it depends on the girl. If she's been always abused, this is not new to her. But the ones who've never been abused, it's difficult for them because it's not new to her. Again, that's why. Oh, hey Anna, I didn't know they were twins. Yeah, they twins, honey. Honey, our children. Thank you. Now consider getting pepper spray. Protect yourself. Yeah, but see the thing about getting pepper spray. This is the thing. When y'all get pepper spray, you have a. If you have pepper spray, you have to have a plan B. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan B with pepper spray. Because just because you spray the person with pepper spray, it may not affect the way it's supposed to. So if you ain't got a plan B, that pepper spray is gonna be beating the mess out of you, or pulling a gun out and shooting you with, even though you didn't spray them. I've been sitting and getting pepper spray. But back to Candace King. Y'all see Candace King picture, right? Let me tell you something about Candace. Them pictures make Candace not pretty as she is. When I tell you that girl is super beautiful, she is so beautiful that you wouldn't, she can't be captive on film. I met her, well, I met her years ago, but I met her in person when she had a show called Barracuda. Well, she used to do a show called Barracuda in New York, right? So Barracuda was a show where the girls could come to perform. You make $150. You make $150 and if you win. So it's competition as usual. So when I went to Barracudas to compete, they switch nights, because the clubs be changing and stuff. So when I went there to compete, I dragged my bag and everything to New York and stuff, and I went to go compete. When I got there, it was packed. It was packed. So when I went there and everything, hey Nova, what's up, Ma? So I went there and everything, and I was like, what time do we start? The performance, because what they do is they make you. Unfortunately, this place they didn't have a dressing room, so you had to dress inside the bathroom. So they had the girls' bathroom. They had a second bathroom. So you go in the bathroom and get dressed to perform. And it was very different and stuff. So when I got there and everything, she was like, "No, sweetie, it's not that's not this night." She was like, "No, it's which night is that?" So okay, I got your text. So the thing about it that got me was she was like, now remind you, at this time I was trying to get a job. I wasn't working. And what I would do is I go compete against people doing shows and stuff. If you win, you get $150, $300. It depends on how much the talent night was worth. So I went out there and I would dance. And I would dance and I would wear heels and stuff. And I don't know if you got pictures of that, but I would dance. So I would dance on stage. I was to do drag shows and stuff. So when I went there, everything. So when I went there and everything, she was like, no. Now I never seen it before. So I'm looking at her and stuff. I was like, oh, she's really pretty, but I was like, oh. So she says to me, well, since you came out, if you want to perform, you could perform. I was like, oh, let me perform. She said, yeah. So I went out there and I performed because if you're a performer, if 3 people in the audience or 5 people in the audience or 100 people, you perform. I perform how many people in the audience. You got to perform. It doesn't matter how many people showed up. You perform. So I performed and everything. And I never forget, this was Beyonce had Bugaboo. You make me want to throw myself. They turned my music on. And I had my blonde hair on, as usual. So I had my blonde hair on. So of course the place was it was all white people. It wasn't black people in there. It was all white people, which is fine because I could care less. Listen, money I don't care. So anyway, I went in and everything, had my platinum blonde hair and everything. I got my outfit on. I'm dressed like a slut as usual. So I got up there and everything, and I started performing, and they went crazy. They was screaming, it was hollering, and and then um, in the meantime, I performed. She's like, "Get those tips." So they was throwing money at me and stuff. So even though I didn't get the money that I wanted, I left out with a lot of money. And I had so much respect for her only because here it is a perfect stranger walking into your show thinking they're going to perform, which she could have said, no, honey, you can go. She let me perform anyway, and she let me walk out with a lot of money. And I was like, wow. And I never forgot her ever since then. And I saw her at this other place, but I just knew she was really beautiful. But this is way back then. Like I was really young, and it's a lot I didn't know. What I knew then and what I know now, I was really young and gullible, and also I was patted down. So that's in the beginning stages. Candace King, who was on Dirty Sexy Money, exactly Queen. Um, she's beautiful. Hey Janet, she is so beautiful. When I tell you, pictures don't bring. If you see her in person, you be like, that girl is real beautiful. I mean, that's guess is why she ended up getting married. But I knew once the world seen her, they would go crazy. You know who else? But Laverne Cox is a doll baby. I know Laverne. Laverne is a doll baby. She is so sweet, and I always got respect for Laverne only because she the only girl I know I can still call to this day now, and she answers me back. That's one thing I love about people who get to the higher level and they don't change up. I can't say that for all of them, but a lot of my sisters that I used to run with, I hit them up, baby. I don't know you. I said, it's okay. Because, like in the Bible, they always says, those who are first will be last, and those who are last will be first. And there's an old saying go, be careful how you treat people on the way up the ladder, because they'll be the same ones you meet on the way down. But Laverne is a doll baby. Every time I've called her, every time I've texted her, every time I contacted her, she answered me back. I have so much respect because she don't have to. She don't have to at all because she's definitely on a higher platform. Now, if y'all notice, I've done a lot of stories on a lot of different girls, and they never contacted me. That's why I stopped. If y'all notice, I stopped doing stories on the girls because I'm like, here it is. I'm trying to make your shine harder, and you won't even speak to me, and I know you. So why am I doing all this extra? No, let somebody else do it. I don't know you either. I have nothing to say. I really don't. But people will flip up on you. But I have so much respect for her. Now Laverne, I met her. I don't know if I got any pictures of her because I might have deleted those because I ain't listening. Yeah, I deleted them. I don't hold on the pictures. I could care it. Yeah. But if you watch my YouTube, you already probably seen them and stuff. But I don't hold on to stuff like that. Oh, I did. It's right here. Oops. Guess I was wrong. Lord. I guess I was wrong. I thought I deleted it, but I didn't. Oh well. Where's the camera? And that's Myler, James, and that's and but the thing is, we was going to this JMAC thing, which is in New York City, and we were talking in reference to the gay men's health crisis and stuff, and a lot of things. This girl had brought us out there and stuff, and I didn't know she was coming. And I actually the first day I met her, but she already knew who I was, which was hilarious. She said, Raven, I'm on your channel. I didn't even know it. She said, I know who you are. I was like, okay. But see, when I did my channel, it's because I was new. I was new to a lot of what was going on. Like I didn't understand. I couldn't understand a lot of what I've gotten myself into, and also the men. Okay, now this is Laverne Cox's brother. His name is M. Lamar, and this is Laverne, and that's her brother. He actually played her on The Orange Is the New Black. That's Laverne's brother, and that's her, and they're twins. That's her brother. That's her. That's her brother. That's her. I think he's a singer. That's her brother. That's her. And this is him, and that's her. And the thing about it is that she's a twin. And a lot of this is how I met her. When she got attacked, I actually did a story on her, and Laverne picked it up. I think, and she said she shared it on her website. But it's her brother, my sister Laverne Cox. I photoshopped together the first time a dedicated twin. His name is M. Lamar, and that's her brother. So when y'all saw The Orange Is the New Black, he actually played. What channel was this? He actually played. He actually played Laverne in Orange Is the New Black. Remember they said when she did the transitioning, this is her brother, that's her. So he played her in the prison thing versus yeah, she is a twin. Candace Ken is a twin. I saw the episode, I thought that was yeah. But Laverne is real sweet, and she's real nice. She's real humble. She's humble. But she's a Gemini like me. She's a Gemini like me, so we have a different traits and stuff, but she's a doll. But I know her, I know the both, but who else I know? I'm not gonna go into the rest. You already know I know Dominique Jackson, but I ain't gonna go into that. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. That's the thing about it and stuff. They always say when people become famous, they change. And I guess in some cases you do, in some cases you don't. But I watch people, transition and change and stuff. But it is what it is. I don't know nobody's story and I don't know mine. But I tell you one thing, if God ever gave me a bigger platform, they won't be on the show. That's for sure. So let's talk about the fact of the matter is that there are a lot of trans women who are afraid to go outside during the daytime. Now, I did this story in reference to a trans woman that was being attacked in reference to a veteran. Unfortunately, somebody picked that story up, and of course, they made a mockery out of her, called her a transformer, them transformers and stuff. And the funny thing about this is, I always find it amazing when people like to make fun of people, but then when you say something to them, they get offended. And it's always the people who look like they eat gorilla cookies for breakfast and it's working because they look just like monkeys and bears, but yet instead they want to talk about somebody else. I always find it funny when you take that same energy they throw on you, you throw on them, they get offended, they get mad, they want to fight. But at the end of the day, they always find it okay to make fun of you. I always find that amazing when I watch so many ugly people that two parents should have never thought to have a baby to bring them to the world that's babysitting up here. Talk about somebody else. Well, you should be the last one, should be sitting inside a movie theater behind the screen so nobody can see you, but yet and still you feel as though you should talk about somebody else. Don't blame everybody because the way you look, because your mother and father didn't have the light on when they conceived you, but yet and still you want to take our time to talk about somebody else. I always find it amazing why the ugliest ones always got the most smile, and yet and still when it comes time for conversation, they're the most humblest one when in person. Because when I call that thing go, you about to have your ass handed to you. Now the whole situation changes. I always find it amazing that the shortest ones always got the most mouth, but yet until you beat them up, they run to the cops. I always find it amazing that they always got all this mouth, this passive aggressive, but when you handle them, they feel offended, they get scared. Oh, and I find that energy is transferred all the way across the board. People like to pick on people until that person shows up. And it's the old saying goes, when you got the right one. And when people get the right one, they all of a sudden become the victim. I always find that part to be amazing. I always find that part to be amazing. Now, me myself, I've had triggers and stuff, and I bumped the ground with a couple of people and stuff. I have anger issues, was rightfully owned, and I've changed myself to get better, but I don't know if I'll be that long. I think I'm changing myself for the worse now. I think I am. I think I know I am. So when you know you're changing yourself to the worst, that means you have to be home. You have to stay to yourself until you're healed. There's once upon a time I used to say, practice ignore. People say something to you, just ignore them. I always was an advocate for practice ignore, but compliments from my mother. I ignored her, and baby, I'm like, every time I try to do something positive, it blows up in my face. The same ones I try to help you, the same ones coming for you. When I tell you backstabbing, when they should put a picture of me in a dictionary called backstab. Backstab and dumb as hell. I've helped more men get up on their feet, been played out, and backstab. Whenever I've helped people, I watch them backstab me so much that I feel as though I'm just waiting for when you're going to show up. I've gotten so used to it that I'm not even shocked. I'm not even shocked. I'm not. But I always find it funny when they meet me in person. All they keep saying is, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Don't hit you. I ain't come to hit you. So all that energy you shared online, but then when you see me in person, you don't have that same energy. That's the same thing I told my cousin. I said, keep that same energy when you see me in person. When you see me in person, keep that same energy. Because the thing about it was that, and I know due to the fact that my mother passed away, and I know I want to blame somebody, her the way she was, but I have to accept the fact of who she was, and I have to accept the fact that society can win over a weak person's mind. Everybody's not strong. Everybody's not built like a Duracell battery. There are weak people out here in this world that goes along just to get along. And if you have a child who is a leader that makes things happen, and you're a bird, you find a problem with your child because simple fact of the matter is that you birthed a leader, and you feel as though he or she needs to be a bird like you, and you attack your child for being different to stand up and fight. But at the end of the day, when the smoke clears and you need that child's help and nobody is around, and this is the thing, that's not even LGBT thing. This is the thing of parenting and their children. Because I watch women who throw their daughters on the street and baby their sons. And the daughters is the ones that are always bailing the mother out, but she still catered to her son. Not in all cases. And those who are so much arrogant, even time they speak, they got comfortable with not being called out directly. And exactly, Hope. And that's the thing about it, And there's another thing. The fake, the fake allies, the fake allies. They ain't out there to advocate for you. They're out there to figure you all out so they can out you out to the other people as if there is a reward in this. So when you out me and you out me to other people, you feel as though, oh, I'm just letting you know. But in the same breath, when you confront them, oh, oh, I didn't know. Please don't hit me. Don't hit me. And you can hit them because your hit is going to be so strong, the semen is going to be their best friend because they're going to hit the semen. So you have to just walk away. I never forget I got to this big argument with this gay guy in New York City. And he was like, don't hit me, don't hit me. And it's so weird because I always try to figure out how did I become this person that hit people? But I understand that sometimes when people are confronted for their actions, they're afraid. It's kind of like the Wendy Williams thing. You're like, Wendy Williams is all tough online. You have to get a bunch of bodyguards because in person she's a big punk. But yet and still, she destroys lives and she want to live the Howard Stern life. But yet and still, when confronted, she gets all vulnerable and passive aggressive and she cried to my she felt for Whitney Houston. The way you treated Whitney Houston when she was living, you should never mention her name again. Well, that was my job to destroy another person. And then when karma comes back, oh, not my fault. Oh, not my fault. Oh, no, it's your fault. You got what you deserve and more to come. And more to come. And more to come. You've done a lot of dirt to people. And if karma exists, baby, you're supposed to get more than just your little legs. You've done dirt. And until my thing is this, until you start cleaning up and start doing right, baby, let me tell you something. You're going to get more things happen to you even more so. Because my thing is this, you're getting old, that means you heading to death. So when you get to those pearly gates and you let the man above knows what you've been doing, that you've been destroying people and killing people, making what I'm saying literally killing, but mentally killing people, in my opinion, destroying people, in my opinion, making people don't want to be here, in my opinion, making people feel like, in my opinion. I find it very hypocritical when you sit up there and want everybody to praise you, and they do for some reason. But we live in a world where negativity overconquers positivity. Because a person could do something really good and it won't be celebrated. If a person takes out time to destroy another person, it's celebrated. If a person goes out and start beating another person, it's celebrated. It goes viral. If a person get out there and try to give money like Will Smith's son, Willow, was it Willow? Willow is the daughter, and his son goes out to get the water. It's not celebrated. All the things that people do positive is not celebrated as much as people do things negative. I'm still trying to figure out how did the FBI keep all these tapes about Michael Jackson and all this video footage of these people plotting against Michael Jackson, setting this whole thing about the molestation, and they released it after Michael was dead. Why didn't y'all release it when he was alive to let us know he was being set up? Why didn't y'all release it to let the world know that he was being set up, that they were lying? Why did y'all do that? Why did y'all wait for him to die and then all of a sudden y'all release the tapes? Like, why is it now? Why is it now y'all want to celebrate Whitney Houston when now she's dead and got all these documentaries? But when she was live, you dogged her. Why is it now? Why is it now that y'all want to celebrate people once they did? When they was here, you treated them like dirt. That's why I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm over it. I just find it to be really sad and sickening. But I don't understand how this world works. I just used to believe once upon a time we were all born here to help each other. It's not about who you sleep with, who you in love with. Whatever you do in your bed, whoever you sleep with is none of my business. But for some reason, people feel as though they have the right. Someone made a blog, a girl was stating that she was a trans woman. She said, if you top men, block because you're not a woman. So if you have sex with a man and you do things that are masculine or something that she could contribute to being masculine or dominant as far as the me and the male thing, she felt as though you're not a woman, that you are basically, I guess, gay or man pretending to be a woman. And now she's like, well, I feel as though if you top men, I don't feel as though you're a trans woman or a two-spirit woman, whatever. What one person does in the bed with another person is none of your business. I don't care if they dress up like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. That's still none of your business. When you start being a trans woman and start gathering and pulling cisgender ways and placing them on your body, you need to do a recheck. You need to do a recheck. You need to do a recheck because at the end of the day, the same ones you putting down will be the same ones that got to defend you when your butt is being handed to you. Then you sit up here telling myself, you want to set yourself up pretty for the camera. Listen to my story, child, please. Nobody want to hear that. Where's all that energy you had before when you was talking bad about them? Exactly. Just like girls be like, oh, you a brick. You a brick, girl. You not passable. You a brick. But what is passable? When I shared that story about the man who kept calling these girls trans women, he was like, you're not a real woman. You a transgender. You a Caitlyn Jenner. You this. Those women were biological females, but they were being called transgender. They were being called trans, and they was being harassed in the store by a cisgender man who felt as though he could make fun of them, call them all kind of Caitlyn Jenners and stuff like that. And it was like, whatever. Now here it is, a biological male that's basically attacking them inside of a store because he felt as though they was trans, which you shouldn't be attacking them, whether you're trans or not. That should be nobody's business. That people feel as though that they have the right to attack you. But unfortunately, people feel as though they got the battery in their back. And then on top of that,
Get harassed at Goodwill.
Back the fuck up. Back the fuck up. Oh, so you want us to call the police? So you want us to call? Go call the police. Call the cops. Call the police. Call the police.
I need a hug. No. Listen. He start. Listen. Cut out. Hello. He, she. No. Listen.
I'm gonna keep.
Caitlyn Jenner is my
keep it
hero.
pushing.
Get to 7 free because I nail like that.
and those were biological females. There were biological females. A man wanted to take her with him and he attacked them inside the store, minding their business. And here it is. These are biological females. There was also another girl that was attacked in New York City by a black man. He stood in front of her face. I don't even know what that video was, but he stood in front of her face and stuff. And he started attacking her, talking about she looked like a monkey and stuff like that. And he was attacking her. He took money out. I don't know if you saw this on TikTok, but he took money out. He was like, all this stuff like that. Here is a cisgender man that's attacking another woman. This is a biological female. It's not a trans woman. Let me see this. So the thing is, once again, men don't know what's what. Toxic masculinity, all this, whatever you want to call it. It has nothing to do with you. And in the same breath, if them girls was his mother or his daughter or his baby mama, he would be upset. But in the same breath, it was okay to do that to somebody else's daughter, somebody else's child. Those were two girls with somebody's children. They did not deserve that. But for him, it was funny. Hurting another person for what? For what? But I always say one thing about people. People choose wisely. They know who to mess with, and they also know who not to mess with. There was an incident that happened to me. I don't know if it's still up, but it's probably there. There was an incident that happened to me when I was in Penn Station. This guy came up on me, and he tried to attack me. In Penn Station. I don't know if y'all saw that video, but it's up there on Instagram somewhere. I don't know. It's been a long time. Just a minute. So this guy came and attacked me. I got off the train. I was coming home, and he came and attacked me on the side. Now, at first he came up on me and stuff. I ignored him. And then he came up on me again. Now, this is the rule. This is the rule when it comes to raping. If I walk away, I'm having a meeting with that other person inside of me. I'm going to say this again. If I walk away, I'm having a meeting in my head with the person that's inside of me. So he kept running up outside of me. He was a big guy. So I went into the store to get away from him. And he came into the store with me. He came into the store with me. And that's all I'm going to say. All I can say was he went and got the cops. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not recording the rest. He went and got the cops on me. He ran. And when you see the video, he is running. That's all I'm going to say. I seem to have forgotten the rest. But all I know, he ran. You see the video of him at this station, he is running. And I'm running behind him. And he is running. He went and got the cops on me. And then my ex was like, that's my baby. I knew it. I knew it. And the thing is, first of all, if a person has anger issues, that means they're working on themselves. So we don't all come from the life of, mommy fix me breakfast in the morning. If y'all know my past, y'all know I have a crazy past. Y'all know my life has been very much bad. So abuse has been my beginning to my end, and it is what it is. So the weird thing about that is he went up. Years later, he went up to somebody else, and he attacked somebody else. Except this time, they attacked back. He was bloodied all up, and it ended up in the papers. He was bloodied up. Whoever he went after for the next time, they wore him out. Well, they put his picture in the paper, but I don't see it now. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now, whoever it was, they wore him out. They beat him so bad. I just find it amazing that they put his picture in the paper. That and I know it must have been somebody else he was making fun of or talking about. See, the thing about it is now this raping versus that raping is two different raping. Because I always said the more abuse I receive, I have to monitor it. Because I'm not the same person that I once was. Sometimes I feel like a lot of stuff I was trying to do positive, I was wrong. Some stuff I feel like I was trying to do right, the right thing. I feel like I was wrong. I feel like practice ignore, to be honest with you, forgive me. I feel like it was wrong only because of what my mother did to me. And I feel as though if I would have stood up to her, but she still would attack me because I was the enemy. But if I would have stood up to her, speaking on that note, so when my mother died and I went to her house, so I went to her house, what time is it? I mean, oh, what's up in there? Okay. So I went to my mother's house. I've been to her house years ago. I'm not gonna give a long speech about it, but so I went to her house to pick up her car. So I went to her house to pick up the car. The car wasn't moving and stuff. So no one really knew who I was, which was hilarious. But they felt like, wow, you look just like her. I said, yeah, you think. So I was trying to get her car to work so I could take her car to town. And that's a whole nother story. So I went down and everything. No one knew who I was. So I was somebody that was from America. Excuse me. So, which I found out information. So come to find out, she used to go to my mother used to go to gay clubs and stuff. My mother used to go to gay clubs with her friends and stuff because her friends' children were gay and stuff like that. So they used to all hang out, go to gay clubs, stuff like that. Not all the time, just somebody got a show, they go to see the show. But she never told them about me because she didn't want them to know about me. So she said I was from a marriage, she didn't have me. She said someone else was her child, clearly. And so I went down and everything, and I'm getting everything together, but she died and had to move her stuff and stuff. And I'm in her house and I'm looking at it. I felt uncomfortable. So I was trying to get her car to start. So everybody knew her. She was like a community friendly person. She was the doll baby. Everybody loved her. She was truly a loved woman. She was very friendly. She was very friendly, do anything for you. But, I heard about her. I just never met that woman. I met the woman I knew. I didn't know that woman. I met Mommy Dearest. I met Mommy Dearest. I didn't meet that woman. So anyway, so I'm in and everything. So they called this. So it's like, yo, was trying to start her car. So now I'm trying to start her car and stuff. And I'm like, I don't have to start this car. I haven't drove in a while. So I'm like, I'm going to start a car. I felt uncomfortable. I don't know if anybody knows when you're inside of somebody's car in their house, when they're dead, it feels awkward. It feels awkward. It is the weirdest feeling when someone is dead and you're touching their stuff. Anyway, I'm in her car. So everybody knew who I was as the child from marriage. But they knew me by my dead name. She didn't tell them my name. She gave them a dead name. So everyone knew my dead name. So here it is. I'm walking into a storm. Let's be clear. She set me up before. She took me somewhere and she didn't tell me what I was about to walk into, but anyway, that's another story. So I'm down and everything. So this guy comes in. So these guys out there, everybody wants to see me because I'm supposed to be so beautiful. I'm supposed to be so pretty. Oh my God, she is pretty. She's pretty. Who's that? Then they drop the bomb and everybody stops talking and goes, so thank you, Chosen. So I'm in everything. So I was trying to start her car and stuff. And I feel uncomfortable. And sometimes when you're in an awkward situation, you have to put your personal feelings aside just to handle business and get it all taken care of. And if you've been watching my channel, y'all know the delivery person that brought it to me. Okay. So I have to hold my feelings and don't make it personal, Raven. Keep moving forward. So I was trying to start the car. It was like, yo, he fixed car. So they called dude over. So dude comes over and he was like, so and so thing. He said, oh man, he said, really, I'm sorry, man. She was so sweet. He's talking about, my mother. Everybody loved her in this whole community gate place, all houses, everybody houses, townhouses. So then he's talking about her and stuff. And then he looks over at me and I look at him. And he was a guy that I've been with that was spending the night at my house. So she hanging around a man that I've been with that been in my house, sleep at my house. And he didn't tell her that he was doing me while he was with my mother. So here it is. She got with a dude that's been with me, but he's DL, so you wouldn't pick up. So here it is. I'm looking at him. I was like, I'm not even gonna say nothing. He looked at me. He was like, oh. And he all over the gay. BGC is down now, but he's also on the gay sites and stuff. So then remind you, when gay people play straight. Now I'm looking at it. The other guy was like, that's my cousin. I said, oh, that's your cousin, huh? Do you and your cousin get in bed and make love? Because he was like before, in my neighborhood, he wasn't, even though he tried to get with me now, but he never once said what he knew. He never once told me he knew my mother. Now he was in a house, he saw my pictures, and I know he's seen everything. But he never once told her that he was with me. When I tell you he kept his mouth shut, now here it is, you hanging around a man that's been with me, and then you talking about gay people. And he's straight acting and stuff. So I'm looking at him. So once we caught each other's eye, you already know he wanted to leave quickly. I was like, don't worry, I'm not gonna out you. I'm not gonna say nothing. Like Missy Ellis said, he's a headbanger. And most girls like, I know what that means. He's a headbanger. It wasn't no penetration, but I ain't gonna put his business out there. But anyway. And my thing is this, is that here it is. That's why her best friend was like, I can't understand why she treated you that way. When she's like, I didn't even know you existed. I thought you was a stepchild. I was like, it's all good. And I find it funny to watch a person that can love everybody but their own. Then everybody like, oh, well, I could be your mother, Raven. No, honey, please. You will never be my mother. I don't like anybody who tells me that I'll be your mother. No, don't be my mother. Don't be my mother. I'm not looking for a mother. You could be a friend or you could be a backstabber, but a mother you will never be. I know people like trying to feel bad, but I don't like that. For some reason that irks me when somebody says it to me. And I know it's not mean intent, but I don't like nobody saying, no. I don't want a mother. Because a mother is like, to me, when I think of a mother, when they say that to me, it makes me angry because you're reminding me of what I would never have. And I know it's not an ill will, you know what I mean? It's not an ill will attempt. It's like I just want to help you get through this. It's like I don't want a mother. If I can't have that one, no matter how messed up or brutally whatever she was with me, and she hated me so much, I don't want nothing to do with a mother. It's bad enough. I gotta watch people who show pictures of babies, and I gotta watch people babies that's alive, but mine is dead, or my baby dead, baby shoes over my bed, and I have the whole thing of that. It's just a lot of mental abuse when it comes to that woman. And it's like, I think within me, when someone dies and they hated you, I think you want to blame somebody. Like you want to blame somebody. Like I want to blame you. Why she was this way. I want to blame you. You want to make it seem like it wasn't her fault. Even though you know the truth, but you kind of want to blame somebody else to kind of take up for her. You like protect your abuser. I guess it's like when a woman gets raped, she protect the abuser because if people find out, if my brothers or my father find out, they're gonna kill you. So they protect the abuser. Oh, we wanted peace. Oh, wait a minute. And gave exactly. And he would, hey mama, you feel any better, Leah? And that's the thing about it. But I was with him. He was in all the gay clubs and stuff. And I find it funny. A lot of times men will go out there and stay, go in gay clubs and stuff. But he stayed in my house and everything. And he's like the sweetest guy in the world. So I looked at him, I was like, But remind you, even after I transitioned, I've talked to him on BGC. He knew exactly where I was. But the thing that gets me is that he didn't come see me because he was hanging with my mother. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. Because you know how all the allies that hang with gay people, you need to write a book. You know what? I thought about that, Chosen. You know what it is? I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. Like, I'm the kind of person who talk about something and I feel worse. Anybody like that? When they vent, they feel worse than when they talk. Like, I feel worse. And in the same breath, it may sound crazy. It may sound crazy. I still want to protect my mother. I want to protect her. I still want to protect her. I think when you're abused so much, you kind of don't look at it that way. I guess like being a slave, when you've been a slave for so long, it's not that bad. Until one day you get to be free and you get to get those accolades and it's like, whoa. But even though you're free, you still haven't quite transitioned mentally to freedom yet. Even though you're free, you're not mentally free. You know, it's a situation and stuff. So it's definitely difficult for me. You know, it's hard at times. It's hard. But one thing I can honestly say, she makes me not want to die no more. Like I used to didn't want to be here. I wanted to die lots of times. I'm like, I'm done. But now I don't want to die. Actually, I stopped, didn't want to die. Years ago when I started fighting back. When I started finding out how much people hated me for no reason is when I didn't want to die anymore. I said, okay, then I'm gonna make you suffer. But I'm different from a different breed and stuff. And I definitely feel as though it's a lot of information that I haven't received, but I'm very angry. I am so angry. I'm so angry. And it's like, I'm trying to keep that person from coming out. But every time somebody do something to me, I'm losing the battle to the point where I just don't feel mentally safe. And then when I transitioned, I thought that I'd be dating gay men. I didn't know I had to date straight men. Oh, and straight men are the worst. And also, I've been finding out a lot of information about females. A lot of information I've been finding about females, they're just as bad as men. Like, it's, so I just stay home. Because I was like, I'm going to start dating women, but I'm going to wait because I don't want to move as a battered person. Because sometimes you start dating women because you've been battered. But then I learned a lot of women think like men. Then I learned that my ex that killed my kid, I was like, well, the hell, they killed too. So women kill too. So women are baby killers. Like I don't get out of this. That's why I'm here online with y'all. And I'm not saying a woman's body, she could kill, do what she wants. But I feel as though, in my opinion, when you're married, you shouldn't kill unless there's a conversation between you and your spouse. But then if you do it, there's a problem for me. So I had to get over the fact of looking at women as baby killers. I was like, why should I say because you'll kill my kid? That's all you. So then it's like, now I have to get over traumas of women murdering children and then want to take men to court for child support. Even though I'm not a part of that thing, I'm still watching. I'm watching how women treat men. I'm watching how women take men to court for child support. I'm watching how women, and now I'm looking at things totally different on the women's. I watch how women out trans women get the murder. I watch have a lot of things that the woman who got what's the guy name? The Boys That Don't Cry was a female that helped get him killed. It is just so much. It's funny when you get traumas. It make you sit back and watch everybody. It make you watch everything. It also makes you don't want to be bothered with nobody. It also make you don't trust nobody. It make you don't trust nobody. Now here it is. You have to get therapy on your brain to try to delete some of the stuff out of your heart and in your mind, which is almost impossible at times when things happen again, flashback and triggers. I don't like the fact of the matter is that if I'm a man that's straight from hell, I always seem to find him. Hey, Chosen, I love you more. The men that are straight from hell, I could find them. And the women, I don't trust. And the reason why I don't trust them is because of my mother, my ex. I don't trust women. So where do I go? I don't trust men. I don't trust women. Where do I go? I sit on hats and drink tea. And I just wait for the Lord to send me home. When I have a heart attack or a stroke, I just die in the house. Like I'm done. And then here's a guy was like, then there's always a guy like, everybody's not bad. And that's true. And that's true. Everybody is not bad. But do you honestly think I could go through another test trial? It's like buying a lemon and it was presented as a brand new car. Even though it rode really good after a certain period of time before it broke down on you. Now you're back at square one. I don't know. And then when I meet rich, filthy rich men, they act like they treat you like dirt. Not all of them. Who mothers live. It's sad. I feel the same. Exactly. Let me get my glass. Because I'm blind. Love. Girl, your IG pictures and video. Like, thank you, love. Naomi. It's real. Hey, love. How are you, sweetie? I'm blind, girl. I have to put my glasses on. I have anxiety. And I've done a lot of crying in my room, but I've never told anyone. But I can't stand when somebody tries to tell me how to. Exactly. Devora. I don't like when people sit back and say, well, what do you think I've been through? Well, how do you think I handle it? So you think you're the only person that been through anything, Raven? What do you think I went through? Who cares what you went through, ho? I don't care. It's not a competition. We're not comparing pain. My thing is, if you're nothing, you can't say nothing. Sometimes a person could just vent without making it about you. And people do that a lot. I told this one guy, he said, well, what you think my father did to me? What you think my mother did to me? Now he's comparing. And I said one thing, is your mother, father still living? Yeah, but I go through what you go through. Is your children still living? Yeah, but I understand. No, please. 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 Don't tell me you understand what I'm going through and you got a full active mother, you got children, but you understand what it's like to have a dead baby and you understand what's like a dead parents. But you telling me what it feels like. What I know, no, you don't know nothing. Only thing you do know is that you stupid. You stupid. Just like these men be like, oh, I know what it's like to be a trans woman. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know what it's like to be a two-spirit woman. We got to date ugly. Some of y'all become so ugly. Some of y'all are so ugly physical, mentally, that we try to figure out what y'all think. Some of y'all are so ugly. And then on top of that, you impotent. It don't work, but then it is. You have this mentalities that you're a God. And you're looking at him like, what mirror do you look out of? Because I need to look out that mirror when I think about my self-esteem. Please make these mirrors so I can start being your best customer. Because whatever mirror you looking at, I need to be in front of me. Because clearly, the way you see things, woof, I mean, I'm just garbage, and you just this fine, drop dead, gorgeous model man and child. Before transition, I have found some of the beautifulest men in the world, and let it be known, not all straight men are ugly. But my God, when it's a bus, baby, y'all can fill it up quick. I mean, from the rooter to the tutor. I mean, my God. But then on top of that, y'all conceited. How could you be conceited? But it is what it is. Hey, Raven, how you doing? Hey, Miss Moore, what's up, mama? Raven, I'm 22 years old. My trauma has made me almost not able to. But you know what, Violet? The thing about it is, don't, your trauma, keep on your trauma, honey. Keep yourself woke. Because your trauma gonna keep you woke, mama. Keep your trauma. Keep your trauma, honey. Just put it to the side. Just learn how to manage it without getting yourself in trouble. So when you find yourself triggering up, just have a second person in your brain that's gonna make that person trigger down. My best thing when it comes to triggers, just leave. Don't argue, just leave. Go. Go. Don't even say nothing back, just go. Especially if you like me. Because if you argue, baby, you done swung. So don't argue, just let people, you gotta go. Right, because people can see themselves like they are. Exactly, Violet. Especially the men that's having sex with her. Yeah, for real. The last time I was comments me looking. Yeah. The thing about it is people want to have answers. You don't have answers for people. And I keep telling people this over and over and over. Everybody's story is different. You don't know what that person been through. I can't tell y'all what works for y'all. I don't know what y'all been through. I don't know how you sleep at night. I don't know what your mommy and daddy did to you, your sisters and brothers. I don't know what your family did to you. I can't help you through that. I can share a story with you, and maybe you could take pieces to help yourself, but it's not going to be the same for you because what happened to you didn't happen to me. Some girls have a great life, some girls have it all, and some just don't. Everybody's different. You know, we take pieces from everybody and make it work for ourselves the best we can. Raven and Letty Babe are my favorite content creators. Thanks, love. By the way, I see Letty has a new IG. Yeah, she has one. Letty Baby, and she's a sweetheart. The thing about it, even Leah Bad's still here. Leah Bad wasn't feeling well. I hope you feel better, mama. Leah Bad has been like me. Leah Bad been taking her medicine, trying to get well. She has a cold and stuff. So unlike Raven, Raven has a cold too, but you know, mothers live. I'm from old school. Leah is a young baby girl. I'm from old school. Due to the fact that I'm old school, honey, we get sick, honey, we go get a beer. We don't care. But young girls, you know, she's good. She's taking her medicine and stuff so she can get better. Some girls go to the pharmaceuticals. Some girls go to the liquor store. I prefer the liquor store. No, that's not true. I got medicine in here. But this is my thing. Why is it that two-spirit women protect men? We hold their secrets. We hold their secrets. We look at them kissing all over biological females, loving them, making fun of us, and we hold their secrets. We hold their secrets. Look at them making fun of us in front of that girl, and we hold their secrets. The same thing biological women do. We hold their secrets. They sleeping with us and we don't say nothing. But they will out us and they will kill us. And they will say, we tried to get with them. I never forget this guy chased me down. He came to my house and he wanted to come. I was like, no, you can't come upstairs. So he was singing to me. He's like, I'm a rapper. I'm trying to get my money up. Da, da, da. And he sung to me. He wrote songs for me. Well, his girlfriend found out that he hit me up. He said to her that I've been chasing him and harassing him. And he lied. Now, remind you, she attacked me off a lie. I was like, I don't want him. First of all, I have a selection of men. And trust and believe, that little man you got is everywhere. That man is a cheater. It is not hard to find a cheater. It is not hard to find a cheater. You can have him. I don't want him. I didn't have sex with him. I didn't do nothing with him. You can have him. Mama, that's yours. You keep that. But I'm going to tell you this in my mind. I ain't telling you. You better use protection because your man is loose. Your man is loose. That man is sharing things. Now, I don't know if he uses protection, but a lot of times when it comes to you biological females, y'all let these men run up in you raw. Not me, honey. These men be out here swinging. If he's swinging over here, he all on a gay app, and here it is, you got a full-blown female in the house, and you on every gay app on site. Nobody can see your picture. Then here it is, you on every gay app trying to get a gay man or a trans woman, and at the end of the day, she's so stupid for defending you, and you all over the gay apps all over the world. And there's a bunch of download gay men on. There are a bunch of download straight men on gay apps that have full-blown relationship with biological females. You married to them, you got children with them, and here it is, you on a gay app trying to get your back blown out. But they're yet and still talking about you can't stand them because your picture hidden until you get busted. How do you stop yourself from, wait a minute, come on. How do you stop yourself from hating cis people? You don't, see, this is the thing about it, Violet. This is my opinion. I don't think you should hate cis people. I just think you should hate certain people. You shouldn't hate it all, but listen, it is what it, because you know why I say that? You know why I say that? It's because, have you ever been attacked by a two-spirit woman? Has one of your two-spirit sisters attacked you, betrayed you, backstabbed you, out you, called you out your name? Have ever your two-spirit woman sisters have ever done that to you? I don't mind. I don't mouth. I don't. My mouth is like water. It always on. I know that's right, Miss Moore. Cis fish raise their sons to be insecure. That's true. But see, I don't think they raise their sons to be cowards. I think they raise their sons what they better not do. They break their spirit. That's why a lot of them go to jail, because they can finally be free. Thanks compliments from the mother and father. You better not be gay. So he go to jail so he can finally be gay, or bi, or whatever. He likes being with men because a mother and a father can be the most greatest gift in the world, but they also could destroy their children. Them their children out here on drugs. What's wrong with you? They're not going to tell you because you already told them how you feel. So you shut them down. When I was single, I didn't do nothing wrong, and I still don't. You don't want to be giving me no cum pucker ruckus. I know that's right. They raised to be mama's, yeah. Or they raised to be threatened by mama. I don't hate cis people. I hate some of cis people's behavior. I don't hate trans women, but I hate some of trans women behavior. So my thing is this. Now me myself, I done fought trans women. I fought one. The other one went and got the cops. Let me stop. What she did. I threw up anyway. So I don't discriminate. I don't for gay men. I don't for trans women. I never fought I never fought a biological female. That's not my thing. I don't do that. Now, however, if she punched me or she hit me, she gonna get them hands. I don't discriminate. And you can call me on my name, whatever. I'm gonna walk away. But if you get that hit me, baby, you better be ready. This ass woman don't discriminate. You can call me on my name. You can make fun of me. I'm gonna walk away. When y'all come after me, this goes for anybody, men, women. My hands don't discriminate. You can make fun of me. You can talk about me like a dog. Okay, whatever. But if you decide you get the belly, the bat me in your back, because you feel like I'm a punk because I walk away, I'm going. I'm going to jail. I already know I'm going because I'm gonna weigh you out. And that's the thing about me. You can call me my name. Ain't nothing I ain't heard before. Oh yeah. But even though I walk away, you like, oh, you a punk, and then you hit me, baby. It is what it is. It is what it is. The last trans woman, she ended up on the ground spitting up blood. I'm not the one you want. I always tell people, don't mess with the. If a child has been abused, don't mess with abused children. Pick on somebody that's, well, you shouldn't pick on anybody, but pick on somebody that's really like a crybaby or, oh my God, or the valley girl. Oh my God, like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you reading? That's the one you want. Do not attack an abused child, because baby, that ass whooping you are not gonna be prepared for. You're not gonna be prepared for, because they don't care about hair, they don't care about makeup, they don't care about baby, they're going in for murder. And they is on you. And when I say this, they don't discriminate. Remember, old girl knocked that big man. Exactly. A trans woman, she is very small and not this big. Yeah, I reported that story. And that's the thing about it is that, but see, this is the thing about it. With me, like, I think with me is that I have the presence of I get the presence of somebody that's carrying a gun, like to fight. And it's not true. Well, maybe it's true. I don't know. I don't think it's true. I don't want to fight nobody. I walk away. I don't talk to nobody. I mind my business. I just mind my business. That's all I do. But even the ones who mind their business can't even get away with it. You can't even get away with minding your business these days. People mind their business and get killed. So it's sad. There's so much about this where I wish wouldn't be, but who am I? Clearly nobody. That's true. Don't hate them. Hate the behavior. Not the behavior. We'll open up. Okay. Yeah, excuse me. You know what I love? It's not that I can't get my butt kicked because I can. But you know what it is with me? I have so much suppressed anger. Like people attack me and I walk away. And just because I'm walking away, don't think it ain't bothering me. Even though I'm walking away and I'm a punk to you, it's bothering me what you're saying to me. Because when I go home, it's gonna bother me what you did. It's gonna bother me that I walked away. It's gonna bother me that I attacked. It's gonna bother me. Now the next time you show up, I may not be that person that walked away the next time. Now the next time you show up, I may not be that person to walk away. I know that. That's why I handled that other big girl, this big girl, like this big, and she's child. And she hit me, and I'm like, yo, first of all, I've been hit in the face. I could take a blow to the face. I could take a blow to the chin. I could take a blow. I done fought a lot of people. In my life, I think I done had at least about 50 fights. I done had like 50 fights. So I could take a blow to the face. I could take a blow to the body. I could take a blow to the ribs. I could take blows. I already know techniques. I already know things to do with fighting. I already know all these things. I shouldn't, but I do because I done had so many fights. And it's not like I can't get my butt kicked. But my thing is this is that y'all made this person who I was. I was the crybaby. I used to be the crybaby. I used to be the person that couldn't even hit you back because I start crying. So y'all created me, and then now y'all want to take out like, and people get nervous. I admit from no. Anyway, I don't want to share too much. His mother's. That's probably why most men I meet come from prison because I can understand. I'm not gonna say understand exactly, but I could kind of relate. But when I block men away from me until they can't contact me, because I'm ready to beat them the hell up. Men in my life that have hurt me, I block them to save them because they're not ready for what's coming. And I think a lot of times they're thinking that like I'm just gonna show up and start punching them. And I'm not. I'm not. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm getting older and I'm tired of using my hands. I'm tired of using my hand. And when you start learning bad things about yourself, then now you have to have a sit down with you. Because now you have to, I call it the hospital. You have to fix yourself mentally because you don't need to be in that dark place. So you have to try to find a light to get out of it. Because venom will kill you. Hey Roger. Roger, I bet you're sexy when you get upset. I don't know if I'm sexy, but I do know I'm angry. And the thing about it is that, child, I will leave. Let me tell you something about me. I will leave a wig home and I will wrap my head. I will put my child. Y'all seen them Instagram pictures, honey. But see, I've been abused a lot. And I've been abused a whole lot, even though I may not look like it, but I've been abused a lot. And then on top of that, you know, I'm never going to know what it's like to have a mother's love. I'm never going to know what it's like to have a father's love. The world want to abuse me. People just want to be, the men come in my life abuse me. Like, where do I get a break? Like, everybody just jumps on the train to abuse me. So ask yourself, if I'm never going to know what it's like to have a mother's love, I know it's like if a mother hates you. I know it's like to have a mother try to get people to hurt you. I know it's like to have a father hate you. I know it's like to have a father try to get people to beat you up. So I got men that try to destroy me, that try to go have sex with me unprotected, men that try to hold me down on the bed, try to go inside me to rape me, have men that sit back there and go out and talk about me like a dog. So where do I get the accolades when I'm too busy getting abused? So I'm getting abused all the way across the board. I got a dead baby. My best friend killed my kid. Like, where do I get the accolades of life is beautiful when I'm constantly being abused? But nobody wants you to show up. And I'm always scared of the day that I show up. You know that day when you go enough is enough. You ever have that day of people can say something to you bad, and it be that one day somebody says something to you, you just go off. Because normally you just take abuse. I've been abused a lot. And I didn't deserve it, but who cares? As long as they wasn't the one being abused. Here's my Instagram page. And that's what people do. Just like I said before, people don't know what it's like. And I don't expect people to care because people really don't care. People don't know what it's like to have a dead baby. People don't know what it's like when other people show you their baby and their baby is alive. The guy was saying was like, well, your baby's dead, but my baby's alive. My baby's alive. Like, who says that to somebody? And I threw him out. I was dating him. And he felt offended because I threw him out. You just told me my baby's dead and yours is alive. And you felt as though you feel offended. He was standing with me, I threw him out. Just like the guy who tried to rape me. He feels offended because of the fact that he ended up turning blue, but he doesn't understand why he ended up turning blue. My thing is this, you trying to rape me, but then you offended by me put my hands on you for trying to rape me. But you're offended. Well, I said I was sorry. Oh, so that's it? So that's it. So you try to rape me, and you're offended because you feel as though since I tried to choke you out, you feel offended. Well, I said I was sorry. Why can't you get over it? And this is stuff I go through. I don't know, but actually bothers me that you're going through that. I have an idea of how that feels. You're beauty and medicine. Lamont, thank you, Lamont. It's difficult. But see, I know. See, the one thing I have in traumas and recognizing traumas. See, I can recognize the trauma, so I know I have to watch how I move. I can't monitor another person's behavior and movement, but I can monitor my behavior and movement. So what I do is I start monitoring things with myself, and when people do things to me, I learn how to monitor myself. So I had to learn this. Hey, Daniel. So once I learned to monitor myself, I move differently. Now, let's be clear. Your big sis is not perfect. I always told y'all I fall down more than most. That means sometimes what I was supposed to do didn't go that way. But I learned how to monitor it. I learned how to just you gotta walk. If you're anything like me, you have to take a lot of L's. You just have to walk away. You have to walk away. You can't say nothing back. Nothing. You can't argue, you just gotta walk away. Because when 6-6 came here, baby, I had to think. I said, are you willing to lose your apartment? Because you know what you're about to do, right? So I'm thinking in my head, Raven, you know what you're about to do, right? So while he's in my face, and I'm thinking to myself, Raven, if you go to prison, how is that going to work? But it's sad because when you start losing hope, you don't even care about prison. Like you don't care no more. Like it's like I'm done. And I have to conversate with myself because I'm done. And when you're holding back this person that's inside of you that's waiting to come out. It's like you have to save people from yourself, especially people that are toxic, that's not ready for what you about to bring. Because just because you quiet and don't say nothing, don't mean they're gonna be ready. Um, it's difficult though. I'll be right back. Here I come. What I miss? Okay. So I made this here. I bought 2 of these here, right? So I'm forever doing something extra. So when the store, she's like, "Where'd you get this hair from? You didn't get all this hair from this store." I said, "Well, child, please. I ain't got no money to be buying you. I make my own hair. I do my own hair. I make myself." Oof. So I sit here. You know, a lot of men are dating for the come up. A lot of men are looking for you to take care of them. I don't know where this come from. Where did this new age come from? Or maybe it's already been here. But you know what's weird? When I tell you, I had no idea so many people hated me. I did not know so many people hated me. I mean, I was really shocked about my family, how they all hated me. And remind you, they don't even know me. And y'all hate me like this? When I tell you, I'm like, yo, here it is. I'm thinking of generational curses, and they right here. Like, y'all hate me. I ain't done nothing to y'all for y'all to hate me where y'all hate me. But come to find out, the woman who birthed me was talking about me like a dog. You don't care about nobody but yourself. Nobody owe you nothing. Who the hell do you think you are? You think somebody owe you something? What is your problem? Nobody owe you nothing. I said, y'all don't even give me nothing to say that. I was the enemy. I was like, I'm not arguing with this woman. She crazy. This woman is crazy. She's like, you've never cared about me. And whatever. I can't. I can't. And my father, I don't even know if he dead or alive. I find it amazing how a man can make a baby and just split. I tell you. And I'm supposed to date these type of men? Please. I'm not dating nobody. Just leave the liquor store open for me and shit. And another thing is like, why would you try to build a life with a man when he makes you to a whore? When you should just be an escort. You should just be an escort and make money. Because you're gonna be a whore. You just gotta decide which one you're gonna be. You're gonna be a paid whore, you're gonna be a free whore. Because these men don't be wanting to build nothing. I cannot find a man that wants to build. And I'm sure they're out there, but like I said before. And then when I do try to talk to a guy, he talks to me as if I should be grateful. I'm spoiled when it comes to men, as far as looks. I'm used to really nice looking men, or halfway decent men, or kind of cute, a cute ugly man. I'm not used to an ugly man. But then again, that's not true, because mothers live. I don't discriminate off looks. I just is gonna get on top of me, do your business, mister. But I'm not even that person no more. That's why we're platinum blonde here. Girls be like, you get spooked, child, please. I could care less. Raven, do you ever get clocked? Honey, I punch in every day. I stay clocked. I don't care. I don't care. I punch in every day. So, Raven, you ever get child? I clocked. I punch in so I can stay clocked. I'm not bothered. That's why I walk around with platinum here. I'm 6 foot tall and I got platinum blonde hair. You can't miss me. I had to disown hateful and toxic family members. Best thing to do. Exactly. Family is the worst. Some of our family members come straight from hell. Lucifer's babies. They just happen to be in your family. I mean, some of these family members, you be like, yo, yeah. So, you know what's funny? When it comes to my family, which is hilarious to me, when it comes to my family, I know all about the history. I know everybody's history. I know who they slept with. I know me and my other cousin is not the only one that's in the LGBT, but they try to make it seem like the only ones. But it's way more. There's also women. I just sit back and I don't say nothing. I was like, I'll take it to my grave. But in the meantime, y'all calling me all on my name, and you sitting there with them, and you sit up here sleeping with another woman. So you're a woman sleeping with a woman, but you calling me on my name, so you can save face. So you gay and you sleep with other men, but you married a woman, but you call me on my name to save face. I just find it phony. Let me tell you something. If you are a two-spirit woman and you strong, they be angry. They hate you for your strength because you strong. They can't do it because they want to be. Instead of embracing an eagle that God sent, you want them to be a bird. Just imagine it wasn't no Martin Luther Kings and no Michael Jacksons and no Janet Jacksons and Beyonce's and um, Malcolm X, Malcolm X and Denzel Washington's and Tyler Perry's and Oprah Winfrey's. Let me tell you something. You have to be eagle because there's gonna be a lot of birds that's gonna be upset about you being an eagle. If you're a two-spirit woman, baby, you are a eagle, and there gonna be a lot of people hating you. If you're a gay woman, you're standing your strength, you are an eagle. There could be a lot of birds hate you. And the sad part about it is gonna be a lot of people that's in your community hating you, that should be hating you, that should be supporting you, but hate you. 2021, men could get married, but why I'll never see men holding hands on the street? They scared. I'm so over y'all, please. Stop sending me this bullshit. Final notes where waiting list for everything has been selected, proceed, and child, please. I'm so over it. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm over it. I'm over everything. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I am. I'm over it. I just this is my dating life. I got a man that disrespect me, and I got a man that's retarded. Well, I should say retarded, that's a bad term. That's mentally crazy that want to date me. But the one that's mentally crazy talks to me like dirt. Not really, but he talks to me as if you ever have a man talk to you as if he try to be alpha male, like he wants to be alpha male. And when you being a person like me, like I know what an alpha male is, and I know what a ladybug is. Y'all please. Raven, Cain killed his brother Abel in the Bible. Talks to family. It's not funny. Child. There's so much about that Bible, child. You want to go into it. The blonde fish usually does, and the family statements they don't. Yeah, family would do something. I had a disown, yeah. But nobody celebrates people for being different. We are all different. Every person on this chat room is different. You are celebrated in your differences. Don't let people make you into what they want because you can never be them. And it's never going to be good enough. And they're going to find something else you should have did. But why can't you just celebrate who you are and love that? Why you can't be celebrated being the person and be aligned, being positive, and move forward with your life and be happy? Why is it so important that another person shouldn't be happy? We all should be, forget about money, forget about houses. We should be happy. Because at the end of the day, you ain't taking a house with you, you ain't taking a car with you. But at least you can say you was happy. I was broke, but I was happy. Hey, Roman noodles, fried chicken, but I would have preferred the real chicken, but I had to get chicken flavor. But I was happy. That was me. That's why I was with dudes. That's why I was seeing dudes. I didn't care that he was broke. I didn't care he had money. All I cared about was being happy. I didn't care if we didn't have nothing. I never bought name designer stuff. All I wanted to be was happy. I didn't care about stuff like that. I'm not paying for nobody's name, Gucci and these, what's these bags cost that $3,000-$4,000, these great big bags that people can pay. Like a pocketbook for $3,000, $4,000, a pocket, I forget what it's called. Not called a Louis Vuitton bag. It's this new bags. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Them bags that cost like $3,000-$4,000 or $5,000. A pocketbook for $5,000. A pocketbook. Y'all putting these jewelries on your neck for what? My jewelries come from the dollar store. But then again, in their defense, everybody ain't poor like me, so. But you can't take it with you when you die. When you dead, you dead. And then when you dead, people gonna be taking it off you and taking it. I just don't understand so much about this world. But I did thought about if I had my own children, I think I'd be happy. I think if I could adopt children, I would be happy. I think I would change. They'd probably be the worst kids in the world because they'd be spoiled. But I think if I could adopt children, I think that would be perfect for me. But it's a yeah, thank you, Mama. Birkin bag. Thank you. I knew somebody knew a Birkin bag. Like who wants a Birkin bag? A Birkin bag. That's crazy to me. Let me just look this up. Ooh, a Birkin bag. That's crazy to me though. I just don't understand. Why would you spend that type of money on a Birkin bag? But in their defense, everybody's not poor. I don't know. What time is it? How long I've been on here? I've been in Former Store. It's just crazy. The only reason why I haven't, I had went through the whole adoption thing before, but my ex talked me out of it. Me like a dumbass. Listen, she has done nothing but destroy my life, just like the woman who birthed me. And I am so angry at what I've allowed in my life, and I'm angry with myself. And it's my fault because I had people try to talk me out of it. But me being a person that supported women, thinking that all women are not, I had a really different outlook on women. I really felt as though women were treated badly. I felt as though women were good people. Women could never do no wrong. So I had a different outlook on women. I've had other women to tell me, set me down and say, Raven, women do stuff just like men. Don't get to it. So I have biological women talk about women, so they set me down. And I listen. And then I got punished by the two women I love the most, tried to destroy me. So now I don't see women the same way. But I'm a Gemini, so you know I'm fickle. I'm fickle. That means I say one thing and do another. I like blonde hair, I like it. I don't hate women. I don't hate women. And I don't hate men. I may hate their behavior, but I don't hate men. I don't hate women. I still think women are the most beautiful people in the world. And I also feel as though men are the finest thing in the world. I just don't like the abuse that come with them. You know, not all men are abusive, not all women are abusive, but when I see these videos and stuff of women being abusive to men, saying how bad they do it, and I watch men, I see it all like y'all see it. I don't like it, but I don't hate white women. Y'all call them Karens. We got our black people, we call Denise. I don't hate white women. I don't hate white men. I don't hate Puerto Rican, Asian. I don't. I may hate person's behavior, but I don't hate them. And the thing about it is, we have to be careful of that. We may hate a person's behavior, but that has nothing to do with the next person. Because be honest with it, let it be known. I have watched a lot of white people walk around with Black Lives Matter t-shirts on. What is wrong with this picture? White people walk around with Black Lives Matter t-shirts. And the sad part about it is there were a lot of black people didn't show up for it. But you know what's even worse to this? It only mattered because white people did it. If white people didn't do it, it didn't matter as much. It's sad that I keep noticing something that when a white person does something, it matters more than when a black, just like me. The only way Raven will ever blow up if a white person takes me underneath their wing and pull me up. But if a black person take me underneath the wing, I won't go to the wing. But if a white person pulls me up, like, I'm gonna help you blow up. I could blow up. And it's weird how it works though. It's kind of like, that's why a lot of times they feel as though they have the upper hand, because reality is that they do. I talked to this guy who's a Trump supporter. He actually wants me to be with him, but I won't. But he was like, I really want to be with you. I love you. Child, please. Oh, mothers live. Honey, I'm having sex with the Trump supporters anyway. I don't discriminate anyway. So anyway, his sister is a big, powerful, oh, let me not say that. Anyway, I don't want to give his information out either. So anyway, so he, as many people say, you know, he was like, well, you know, Trump is the man. And I said, well, you know, he does a lot of things that's not supportive towards the girls like me. He says, oh, please, that's just on social media. That's not real. I was like, it is real. He's like, it's not real. So I set him down on my bed. And I showed him stuff. He was like, whoa. So he's looking at it because I'm cracking his face, basically. And I was like, so he says, well, I think he felt a certain type of way because I brought it up to him. But he still wanted me to be with him. Actually, he wanted to get married to me, but that's another story. Oh, mothers live. So I'm like, do you know? I said something to him, and he said, I already know that. I said, do you know, you as a white person can run past a cop and not stop the sign, and you could actually argue with the cop inside of your car. I said, do you know you could argue with him and say stuff back to him? You could be nasty to him, you could cuss him out. I said, you know, he said, yeah, I know. I said, do you know when we argue with our cops, do you know we get killed at the scene as if we had a full-blown machete or gun? He said, yeah, I know. So you know we get murdered by getting stopped by cars? He said, yeah, I know. He said, Raven, I know y'all get murdered by cops out there and get killed. I said, how do you feel about it? He said, it's wrong. It shouldn't happen. I said, but you support Trump. He said, well, that's another story. I said, okay, okay. My thing is this: if you want to run for president, you can't discriminate against anybody. To me, in my opinion, you should be the kind of person that's got a bunch of kids in my mind. Like, you know, our parent has children and all their children, so their children, some of them make alone, but they don't want to have their children. This is how presidents should be. I may not get along with all of y'all, get on my nerves, but I don't want nothing to happen to y'all. When I start pulling things away from different people and doing things that make myself, there is a problem here. There is a big problem. There's a problem. And the thing about it is that you may not understand people, but try to look through people as if it's happening to you. How they are raised, that's true, Daniel. But a lot of times people are raised one way and they change up. Some children are born straight from hell. And listen, you like it or not, if you ever raise children, some of these children are bad, for real bad. And I'll be waiting for their brain to transition to the nice person. But some of them are really bad. And you have to sometimes help them. Sometimes you don't make it. A parent can control a child's mind. Some parents, you can't control children. You can't control a child's mind. And when I say that, in my opinion, this is why I say reincarnated. This is when I say reincarnated. When children come through and they're angry, they're bad, they won't listen to this, they're reincarnated. And this is how I see it. And I could be wrong. I see when a child or like a person dies or get killed, or they were killed in a car crash, and they were killed and they died, or they died and they didn't want to die. Now they're being reincarnated back. They're angry because they want to be back with the ones they know. They don't know you. So now it's a disconnect. Like, who are you? I don't know. Like, it's nothing like a kidnapping. Even though you came through the mother, but that's not your mother. The mother is from the reincarnation from your past. So now these children act really, really bad because they're like, I don't know you. I don't like you. And I feel as though that's the same thing with my mother. I feel as though she wasn't my mother. She was my earth parent, but she wasn't my spiritual parent. That's why she wasn't connected to me, because I recognize that she didn't feel nothing about me because she was not my spiritual parent. She was my earth parent. And this is the disconnect we have within this world. A lot of children come back that didn't want to die, or they got killed or murdered, stuff like that. They're back. They didn't want to die. They want their old people back. It's a lot of things I'll be seeing, but then I could be wrong. But a lot of times I tell you before, most children have been here before. Reincarnation is real, but people just feel like, well, if it's not in the book, it's not real. So when I'm seeing stuff, I must be high. If I'm seeing stuff, I must be sleepy. No, maybe you're seeing stuff because it's in front of you. We're all spiritual people. We're inside of this body. We're not of this body. We're in this body. The real us is in here. We're in a shell, a protective shell of many things. Depends on how you use it. But we're in this body. And a lot of times we're in this body. It's not the form of male or female. It's just a spirit. But people feel as though you have to be a certain way because you're this way and you're outside. And then, anyway, I'm about to go, y'all. I'm getting to my spiritual world. Y'all want to hear that? Just like my son, I told him, I was like, I knew exactly who he was. But how they are raised, yeah, good one. It's difficult to but see, this is the thing about a parent. A lot of parents aren't parents, they just made a baby. A lot of parents are not parents, they just made a baby. They made a baby. They're not parents, they just made a baby. Some parents look at the babies as toys and they could just roll, like twist it up in the back and just make it move. They just made a baby. Just like some men get old, they never grow up. Why grown men, why is grown men arguing over little Nas? You're a grown man. Because he just grew up. He didn't mentally grow. He grew up and just got older. He didn't grow mentally. Why would a grown man attack a young man that's doing music? Why are you attacking children that's doing music, that's dancing, living their expression of art? But you're a grown man and you feel it. And it's sad because I just want to wait and see how it works out for them. There's one thing I do know when people who talk about other people's children, they always forget about their own. Because while you're pointing at that child, something is happening with your child. And then when you catch your child out there, it's the same thing with Cher the singer. Was Cher's Chaz? Everybody was so shocked because allegedly Cher wasn't really supportive of Chaz being a trans man. But they were shocked because it was like, well, she's a part of the LGBTQ. So why wouldn't she be a supporter? But allegedly, she wasn't. Now, she could have been, but allegedly. As you say that he was not for young. Right. But see, they say young viewers. But what they say is not good for young viewers, right? So if things are not good for young viewers, so killing is good for young viewers. Raping women is good for young viewers. Beating up women on the street is good for young viewers. So, come on now. You made a whole video about dogging women, beating women, raping women. So that's good for young viewers. But two men being together is good for young viewers. But two women is good for young viewers. But not two men is not good for. Child, please. So, it become very difficult within a lot of things and stuff. And I just, I just sit back and watch a lot of things. I don't like it, but who am I? Who am I? That's the thing about it, Daniel. My thing is this. Why is it that so many young rappers are murdered? I don't like that. And then here it is, you want to be a rapper, which is scary. How do you want to be a rapper? And then they get murdered. And why? I'm waiting to say, oh, the white man did it. Oh, they love that. Oh, the white man did it. The white man made us murder our rappers. Oh, the white man. Oh, okay. So they just do everything. So you didn't notice you was behind the trigger. Why is it that Nipsey Hussle was killed by that guy? Why did Nipsey Hussle have to die? So that was white. They always want to blame the white man. He did it. I mean, I'm black. And when I see my own type, I'll be ready. I'm black, I see my type, I'll be ready. Which one of y'all want to try me? And I shouldn't be saying that. A lot of rappers die for money. But it's sad though. Once upon a time, maybe I'm just gullible, maybe I'm just, I don't know. Once upon a time, I feel as though music used to be entertaining, laugh and dance, But now it's like a war game. Now you got people making money off destroying people and never accept accountability for destroying another person. I just think it's really sad though, how it works and stuff. I think we need to do better. It's fine, Damien. It's fine. Anyway, how long was I up here? It says my connection is bad once again. Well, anyway, hopefully y'all remain eagles and remain strong. Don't let nobody turn you around. Don't let nobody rip your heart out. Don't let nobody make you live from what they think should be happy. If you women that like women, be happy. Separate yourself from people. If you're a man who like to date trans women, be with your girl. Separate yourself from people. If you're a man that like men, be happy. Separate yourself from people. Because at the end of the day, when we all die, ain't none of this stuff coming with us. None of it. If you are born to parents that don't love you, make a new family. Parents. If you got family that don't love you, make a new family. It's sad, but it's real. You still need work. Music has exactly hope. Remember this type of song? Music used to mean something. I mean, some of them do. The Melanie Fiona and Kelly Price. I love Kelly Price. I love Melanie Fiona. I love Melanie Fiona, Kelly Price, Latoya Luckett. Definitely love Latoya. Who else? Jennifer Hudson. Who else? Fantasia. I really don't listen to much of Fantasia, but she got some song I really like. I love her spirit. I love Fantasia's spirit. I love Jennifer Hudson, but my heart still goes out to Jennifer Hudson because I feel as though there's an emptiness. There's an emptiness I feel with Jennifer Hudson, and there's an emptiness I feel with Fantasia, and there's an emptiness I feel with Kelly Price, and there's an emptiness. I don't feel it with Melanie Fiona, but I definitely feel an emptiness. I don't feel it with Latoya Luckett, but I feel an emptiness with Michelle Williams. There's an emptiness. There is something missing from that spirit to me. And there's also an emptiness I feel from Beyonce. There's an emptiness I feel. I don't know why, but there's an emptiness I feel. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel an emptiness, like something is not right. There's an emptiness there. Anyway, y'all have a good night, y'all. I'm about to go. I didn't drink my Jesus juice. Compliments of Michael Jackson. Got my AC on. I want to move away. Far away. Nobody never could find me again. Second final notice. I'm so sick of this BS. Child, please, do what you gotta do. I'm over it. I'm so over this system. I'm over everything. You do what you gotta do. I'm so sick of this government. You helping people, but you ain't helping people. You got all this stuff for housing. You got all this stuff for helping people get their places, but yet and still, y'all want them to fill out all this information. They fill it out, then you gotta wait. Let me ask y'all something. So if a stimulus check is for people who worked, right? So if you had a job, you get a stimulus check. So if people was on welfare and they didn't have a job clearly, and they didn't get the money or got the food stamps, what happens to them? What happens to people who didn't work, they didn't have a job in the pandemic, they didn't receive any stimulus check? What happens to them? This is not a time of whether you worked or not. This is a time of people dying. This child, I cannot deal with this world. I can't. And then you want to talk about rules and regulations. You're telling people if you don't have a job, if you don't have a W-2 form, you can't receive this money. So what are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? So if you don't have a job, so what are they supposed to do? I just don't get it. My thing is this, is that you should be giving people money to survive. These are real people. You should get the money to help them. I never received one stimulus, nothing. I received zero. Many of us didn't receive any money at all. Nothing. So what happens to us? We're not American. We're not a United States citizen. What happens to us? You put us on the street. You put us in a shelter. The next thing I know, we're inside of a box. We just happen to die. Was we injected with something, we end up dying. You feel as though people talk about you about like 3 days and they won't talk about it no more because people's attention span is real short. I just don't understand that. What happens to the person who didn't have a job with this pandemic because they're not getting money? But then again, who cares? As long as it ain't happening to nobody else, nobody cares about people. That's why I'm just over it. I'm so over this world. I'm so over it. And then they want to call this thing called rules. You want rules? You already told people you don't care about them. In the same breath, you want somebody to care about you. I'm just over it. I'm over it. Anyway, y'all go ahead and have a nice night. God bless you all. Be safe. Pray every morning. Put God first. And be careful in this world. When you walk outside, look at everything around you. Because there's a lot going on. And for some reason, everything is secrecy. It's a lot of secrecy stuff going on behind the scenes. And for some reason, I feel like we're all laying around, sitting around, waiting for the bomb to drop. And we all don't know what the bomb going to be when it finally drops. But I feel like we're all just sitting here like time bomb ticking, and we don't know what is it going to be when it show up. Stay prayed up. Watch everything you walk outside that door, because there's something going on, and the government is not telling us everything. Some ain't right. Some is not right. So monitor everything. Watch cars that drive past you. Look at people's cars and they drive past you. Watch everybody. Because something ain't right. Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right. They blocking people trying to give out their messages about this pandemic. They blocking people trying to give out this vaccine shot. They blocking everything. They want y'all to know stuff. Like we supposed to be able to share stuff to help each other. They blocking it all. Something ain't right. Something ain't right, y'all. Stay woke. Hit my thumbs up. Something ain't right, y'all. Please stay woke. Please stay woke. Please stay woke. Because something ain't right. Something is not right. Anyway, y'all have a blessed and safe night.